Happy Friday, folks. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be analyzing Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at a few news and look at the charts. We're going to go through ETF news, market data, and also some technical analysis. And then I'm going to show you my trades for the week, what I'm carrying, what I closed, and we're going to be selling a Bitcoin option right now. So stay tuned and let's get on with the video. So happy Friday. Getting into the weekend, we have Bitcoin currently at the time we're recording at $64,679 and Ethereum at $3,474. Pretty high. We're happy because after the last few days, the last 10 days where Bitcoin crashed and Ethereum crashed as well, actually everything crashed. So we had over $400 million in a single day of liquidations, which is quite a lot. It is frankly a lot of money being lost to liquidation. Right now, we are seeing a bullish trend line. So this bullish trend line so far carried Bitcoin from low 54,000 all the way to now 64,000. So 10K US dollars in a matter of few days, not even 4 days of consecutive green days after green days. So very positive for us that hold Bitcoin, that hold other altcoins. We see a research for short-term holders that people holding any amount of Bitcoin for 155 days or less are no longer at a loss. So if you are just getting in the last 155 days or less, you are in the green because we had ups and downs, but everyone who got Bitcoin, who bought Bitcoin, and it is holding from 155 days to now, they are now in the green. Of course, they held it for a period of loss where the P&L was red, so you were in the loss for a little bit, but now everyone is in the green inside this time frame. And we can see the realized price for short-term holders, and it is looking very, very good right now. Things that couldn't be said for other altcoins or meme coins that have a very huge spike in price. Some people get in at the very top because of FOMO or because they just become mainstream at that time when it is peaking, and then people have to diamond hands and hold a token that is worthless because it goes to zero, or just hold a token that will never reach all-time highs again. But this window, if we go from 155 days to 30 days, this has a decline in profitability. So instead of being profitable, you're going to have an unrealized loss of around 60%. So very, very good for people who are in from 155 days, 100 days. For those who are in a month end, so when they saw Bitcoin going back to the hype of 70K, a lot of things happening, Ethereum ETF, all the stocks that we've been covering here in the channel, then they decided, well, it's time for me to jump in. Well, guess what? Now they're holding a position that doesn't look that good. But again, if that's the case for you, we can do two things. First of all, don't sell. Don't panic sell because Bitcoin is a very good asset. So not financial advice, but I personally would not sell even when holding Bitcoin at a loss. So it is an unrealized loss. So it is not a loss yet. What you can do, you can generate income on top of this position. So the position, even though it is in red, you can still generate income to lower your average price of Bitcoin. And this is what we do with options. You sell options or you open a credit spread, a vertical spread, whatever you want to call it, and you get premium out of it. So you get paid to open this position because it is a credit position. It is not a debit position. So you don't pay because you're selling, you receive it first. You receive capital and then it closes. And then if it is in your favor, you receive the collateral that you deposited plus the premium that you collected. And that premium is pretty much free money. You can do whatever you want with that. You can DCA into Bitcoin, you can DCA into Ethereum, whatever you want to do with these dollars, you can do it. So free money. And this I'm going to be showing you in today's video. So just hold on a little bit because I want to talk about Mt.GOX. Again, we've been covering this over and over and over. It is kind of getting boring, but this is huge news. After talking a lot about Mt.GOX, the community of users who were affected in 2014, what they're saying it is that they want to hodl Bitcoin. So everything that they're saying matches with what I said, I think 1 or 2 videos ago, when I said that the Mt.GOX event won't be such a huge selling pressure for Bitcoin. Because again, people who were into crypto back in 2014, they most likely are either in the sidelines or they went back into crypto with new money. So they could have waited, 5 years, 6 years to get back into crypto, but they are still crypto enthusiasts. So a lot of them, a huge amount of percentage of the community, they say they will hodl Bitcoin. So once they receive the payment, they were just going to hodl that. They're not going to sell to cash out their position. So this is huge because again, it goes to prove what I said before, which is, first of all, it won't have the selling pressure that the German government had on the market on Bitcoin. And second of all, those people are still in for crypto. They're still in for the tech. They're still in for the decentralization. So they don't want to cash out. They don't want to go fiat again. They want to stay in crypto, which is beneficial for us because at the end of the day, this hodl that they're doing will become positive inflow, will become bullishness on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, on whatever it is. So overall, very good that a lot of people, the huge majority of the community is saying, we're going to hodl. Don't worry, we're going to hodl. We're not going to sell. Of course, there will be a selling pressure, but as I said, it won't be as drastic, it's dramatic as we saw for the German government dumping tokens on the markets. A poll on Reddit for the Mt.GOX insolvency, someone asked in the community, what percentages of your Bitcoin will you sell immediately after receiving them? And 56% say they will hold everything. So they will hold all the position. It doesn't matter how many Bitcoin they received, they will hold everything that they have. But 20% said they will sell everything. So 88 users out of the 467, I think it was, total participants, they said, well, when we get paid back, we're going to sell everything we own. For experience, I know that these 88 most likely won't have a large position or a larger position than others. Usually these who are paper handing, they either have to pay something else, so they have to cash out to cover or fund something else, because people who have amassed wealth throughout the years for Bitcoin, people who have been buying Bitcoin even after Mt.GOX and kept buying from 2014, they know the importance of holding Bitcoin and they don't want to sell it for fiat. They don't want to sell it for USD, for euros, whatever fiat currency it is. They're just going to hodl a little bit more. So I think that these 88% here, or at least this projection of 20% of Mt.GOX creditors won't amass for such a huge volume or a huge value in US dollars that will be dumping in the market. Again, this just goes to confirm what I've been saying all this time. 14% out of this poll, they say they will sell up to 25% of the BTC payouts that they receive, and under 6% are saying that they will sell up to 50%. So they will sell half of it and keep the other half. Again, these polls are very emotional. So you don't know what will actually happen once the creditors have been paid back. You don't know if everyone's going to be holding because Bitcoin is going to be in a very good situation. You don't know if that's going to scare them and then they're going to take profits and walk away. We cannot know. There's a lot of emotions when it comes to huge events like this. And with emotions, a lot of traders do bad decisions, but a few traders are very good and rationate with their decisions. So we can only hope that 10 years passed and people are not very emotional attached with the Bitcoin that they're going to be receiving. Again, this poll only had less than 500 users voting. So again, this cannot be used as a accurate projection for the whole amount, the whole $12 billion that will be paid out to creditors, because someone that received one Bitcoin and selling 25% of it to cash out is different than someone receiving 10,000 Bitcoin and selling 25% of that to cash out. So it is very different. We don't have sizes here in the poll. We don't understand what the sizes are, if someone is a whale, if someone is not a whale. Okay, my opinion is that these 88 that decided, that voted, that are going to cash out fully, these don't have huge sized portfolios. They shouldn't be whales just because of the situation. Whales are a little bit more understanding and they are in for the long term. So if they receive, they're just going to cash out part of it, 10, maybe 25%, and then keep the rest of it because they understand the possibilities that you can have with Bitcoin. You can make even much more money than just to cash out and walk away. And as of July 17, so yesterday by the time I'm recording, and 3 days ago by the time you're seeing this video, Mt.GOX already repaid 36% of the Bitcoin owned. And this is over 13,000 creditors received payments in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So you can see that even though we have over a third of Bitcoin paid out, we didn't see a lot of selling pressures here in the market. Again, because the poll does not reflect what is actually going to happen with Bitcoin, because the poll didn't consider size of the credit that you're going to receive, and neither had a lot of users responding. If it was over 2,000, maybe 3,000 people responding, answering these polls, then yes, we could make a more accurate speculation on what will happen. So overall, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. I think we'll be doing fine for the futures. Last news before we go to my positions and positions that we're going to be opening today together, we have to talk about the ETFs. A research in the market says that ETFs have 4 to 8 times more influence in Bitcoin price than the miners itself, which for me is crazy because the miners are the ones who are the backbone of Bitcoin, but the ETFs have way more leverage into influencing Bitcoin's price, which again can bring us back to what we were saying about the short squeeze, about lack of available Bitcoin and available Ethereum at market or at centralized exchanges to be bought by these ETF holders. This is very interesting news to know and understand, because it could lead to a short squeeze or temporary short squeeze on these assets, huge assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at the charts right here, because we're going to open a position together on Bitcoin. So you can see very bullish trend lines here for the short term. I'm in the 4-hour time frame here for Bitcoin, and you can see that it touched multiple times the bottom of the Bollinger, and now it is scraping through the top of the Bollinger all the way through the 64, 65 and a half $1,000. So since we are above the 100-day moving average, that is very, very good. And we're touching and keeping above the 20-day moving average. Again, another very bullish case for us. So overall, the best thing to do here is to sell a put, because we're bullish on Bitcoin. If we were right here at this part of the charts, meaning a little bit bearish, what we could do is sell a call, because we see this is a clear trend line to the bottom. So this is a clear bearish trend line. So selling a call, so selling above the current price, it will be the better strategy here, because we see a trend line going upwards, meaning that it is bullish. The best strategy will be to sell a put, which is something that I already done, but we're going to do another one here so that I can show you how to do that. Again, we see Bitcoin, we're on the sell part of the options tab. If you want to know how to get here, you go to options, select Bitcoin or Ethereum, and you toggle the sell button. Again, if you want to do that, the first link in the description is for you to join Mt.GOX. You just create an account. It's very simple, very fast, and you can start trading right away. So if we scroll down right here, you can see the two positions that I opened. I opened those today, just 1 hour and a half ago, just to show you. But now we're going to show you one together. So first of all, let's look at the P&L that I can have if these options go in my way. So the Bitcoin one that expires tomorrow. So I'm selling 0 DTE options. Again, we're doing that a little bit more risky. I would advise you, if you're starting, maybe do that weekly, 2 weeks in the future with expiration. That would be better for you, because the chances for you get better the longer the expiration is. You can go way further. You don't need to have a very close strike price. You can go with a strike price a little bit further away and still make a decent percentage. So in this case here, for this Bitcoin expiring tomorrow, I make almost 1%. It is 0.98% out of this strategy. So I get $8 and I put in collateral 820. So let's look at the Ethereum one right now. The Ethereum one is also looking very good. It is at 0.9%. This is in less than 24 hours. I'm making almost 1%. This is huge returns, fantastic. Of course, not financial advice. Don't copy me. This is a little bit on the riskier side, because it can go backwards. Ethereum and Bitcoin can fall and go below the strike price that I sold, and that will cause loss on my side. But again, if you don't want to take risks, if you don't know what's happening, if you don't know what you're doing, you can go here on the copy trading tab, and you can see that we have the 0 DTE strategy. And guess what? In the last 30 days, it did 13%, almost 14%, and the total P&L is at 23.9. This has over a month now. The strategy, it was created over a month ago, and we already have 52 people that are participating. You can see this number going up and up every time that I talk about this. So if you go back to the first videos that we covered copy trading, you can see that we didn't even have 0 DTEs, and then 0 DTEs got in, people started joining, and people are making money out of it. I got in with this account on June 11th, and so far I've made 12, almost 13% out of my money. So very, very good. But now going back to Bitcoin and selling, we can toggle sell, and we can go for the July 20th. Let's go to the 20th and we select strike. Let's go to 62.15. Let's see how much it pays me. And here we're going to go for a 0.1. So this will require 800 in margin for this operation, and I get $14 out of it. So if we do the math, it will be 1.8% in 2 days. So in less than 48 hours, which is amazing. So 0.9 per day. It is amazing. So let's open this. Let's sell. It's going to tell me that I need to lock up this collateral. I do yes, and the request was processed. So again, we have the option open here. The spreads are going to make your option in the red right at the beginning. But again, this is nothing to worry about, because you can see it always updates. Now it is at 9:30. So it goes back and forth because of the spread between bid and ask prices. So you shouldn't worry too much about that, because if you did a good job, if you open a good position, it shouldn't matter in the expiration time. So this was it for today's video. I hope it was educational. I hope it was entertaining. If it was, take 1 second to scroll down, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and maybe share this video with someone who would be interested in learning options or understanding options. We have a lot of videos that teach you how to do that, that show you how to do that, the risk versus reward of different strategies. So you can go here to this channel and check out the videos. We have everything here ready for you to learn more and make money with crypto options. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys next Monday. Peace.